Yeah, I think I'm starting to dislike Elon. I think the main reason that I dislike him is that he gave me hope. He took a platform that was absolutely awful and he made it better. He unbanned some of my friends. Went to Twitter, spoke with people that I haven't spoke with. It was fun. And then he added extra features and it was good. And now he's actually destroying it. At least he's trying to. Like some of the decisions which he is making don't have any sense. Apparently it's confirmed. Like if you show ID card, you get a blue check mark. So if you don't show your face to Twitter and you don't show your ID, you can't get verified. The problem isn't necessarily that I'm against like showing my ID. The problem is like first of all normalizing this. Like, what if other social media websites do it too? And what if it's expanded to non-blue check marks? Like, will we have to show government ID in order to use the internet? Is this the future? And the second one is what if they get hacked? I mean, with an ID here in Romania, like if you know my data from my ID, you can call my bank. And with just a little bit more info, you can actually gain access and move money around, like know what I have in my bank account, so on and so forth. Like it's a major vulnerability risk that I would be trusting Twitter with. They could have a disgruntled employee. They could have their database getting hacked. Like all of this can happen. And the equivalent of my social security number and a couple of other questions, you can access my bank account. Like you can literally phone my bank pretending to be me. You can move money around. Like it's a massive security risk. And it's just like one disgruntled employee away or one hacker away to have the private information, the most valuable information that a person can have, just be out there in the open for a hacker to access. It's really bad when you think about it, but yeah, I mean, this seems to be going forward. And the other thing which seems to at least be attempted is for Elon Musk to remove the block feature. And I like how the way the internet is going. Like in the beginning, when I was using IRC, like there was absolutely no trust and safety council. There was absolutely no moderation. That there was nothing. And the only way you could moderate was if you didn't like a person, you would block or mute them. So what would happen is like if someone was an asshole, they would be blocked and muted by so many people that no one would interact with them. And this would force them to change their behavior. And people would act like the way the community wanted them to act or the community allowed them to act. And I think like this was great. You know, of course, the social justice activist was livid at this system because they couldn't social engineer communities. But instead, it was grassroots. Like every community decided how their members should be. And it was so good because like you would go in a community and certain things weren't allowed, others weren't, and then you'd go to another community and it was completely different. Like every community had its different rules and different ways of doing things. You had like a lot of diversity. It's not like now where it's pretty much like the same on every social media. Have the exact copy pasta TOS. But yeah, no, like back then it was just blocking people, muting people. And now it went to no, actually report them, right? So you have like a trust and safety lady, like a massive corporeal manifestation behind the desk, and she's going to read tweets and decide if people are allowed to play with you or not. And you know, like for a while, it seems that both of these systems are in parallel. Like you can block mute someone or you can report them. But now I guess like on Twitter, they want to remove the block feature. So they only want you to be able to report people, which is just absolutely bewildering. Like, I guess like it can promote more interaction, right? Because like, why would you block someone? You usually block someone when they annoy you, and if you don't block them, like you're more than willing to respond to them. So it's generating controversy, right? So like they want people to use Twitter more out of outrage rather than wholesomeness, which I kind of understand, but like, this is going to make people leave the platform eventually. Like, because there's just so much they can take, you know, like the whole idea is like you're blocking someone so you don't have to deal with them. But if you deal with them by force, like eventually you're just going to leave the platform because you're going to be, well, you know, this is not healthy for me. Like, fuck this shit. I'm just not going to open Twitter because I'm going to see the guy. And it's not only that, like there are people that have big accounts like Lives of TikTok. And they have individuals on Discord that do nothing but like mass report their tweets. So when you know these people, you just block them so that they can't interact with your tweets. But now you're not going to be able to. Now you're going to have to just allow people to mass flag your shit, even if you know why they're there. And, you know, someone like me that also operates a business, like sometimes I see someone that's there just to troll and just to, you know, just say things to antagonize and harass my customers, my potential buyers for my video game. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously, like, this person is not here in good faith. Obviously, he doesn't want to buy the game, so I'm just blocking them. But now you're not going to be able to do that. So now companies are going to be affected as well. Like, again, this is not about me, because I can deal with this shit. But I'm thinking how other people are going to do it, right? And how it's going to affect the platform. Because, again, I genuinely started liking using the platform again. Like, it was a shit platform. It got better. And now, unfortunately, it's going shit again. So I would rather it doesn't. However, there is good news. It seems that community notes pointed out that Elon Musk cannot do this because the feature to block someone on the site is required as a social media app to be allowed on the App Store and Google Play News. So, like, unless Elon Musk has a different way of promoting the website on people's phones to be easily acceptable outside of App Store and Google Play Store, he's probably not going to be able to block people. What's interesting is that he at least allowed people to be blocked on DMs. Still, this sounds like desperation to me, honestly. Like, if the platform was going so well, if the interactions were so good, I don't think he would have had to do this. I think this reeks a little bit of desperation. I hope he gets his shit together and adds more features that people want to use, rather than try to use psychological mind games in order to convince people to remain on the platform. Because as you can see, you have like Tesla owners Silicon Valley saying the block feature is worth having because trolls and spammers come out. Haters will always try to get some fame over trolling accounts and bashing their name through the mod and being able to control the experience on the matter. Yeah. So, like, again, like, you're everything that disempowers the user, I'm against, right? Like, things that empower the users are really great. Like, allowing the user the ability to select who they interact with is good. But the ability to force the user to interact with people that he doesn't want to is awful. I mean, I don't understand why you do this. And psychologically wise, I do think that it may work in the beginning. But, like, after a while, people will just disconnect. Because unless you're making money off Twitter, it's not worth it. I do understand, like, how the algorithm works, by the way. A lot of people were shocked that they are bombarded with stuff that they don't want to see. But when you look at their chat history, what happens is, like, they are lefties and they go to a right-winger and starts yelling at them, right? So, like, the algorithm goes, it's like, oh, so if you like yelling at this stuff, like, here's 10 other things you can yell at. Because the algorithm does want to keep you on the platform, right? But that's different, because, like, you can tailor your experience. You can just stop interacting with right-wingers, you block them, you interact with your own lefties, and then it's a pleasant experience. Then you go back to your echo chamber. But being unable to block people, like, you can't fix this. Like, if someone is antagonistic and notices it's going to get under your skin, they're just going to keep posting and posting and posting. Like, it literally helps the trolls. But hey, you know, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.